Hi everyone, Darren Hunter here with the Unbusy podcast show with Michael Sanz, of course. Now, Michael, we're talking about virtual assistant onboarding. Now, firstly, a lot of clients would ideally want to get an experienced VA already working, experience with property management, but you feel that that's not a good idea. What are some of the reasons why that's probably not a good idea from what you've seen?
Look, sometimes it is a good idea. I'm going to bring it back a little bit and kind of let's draw the example of you have a real estate agency and you're running it day to day. It's open 5-6 days a week and you're looking for staff. And you put a job ad up on Seek or a local platform to find talent. And part of that job ad is you're looking for someone with experience and to do certain tasks. So property management, arrears, maintenance, liaising with landlords, tenants, things like that. And you find someone that's got 3 years experience, right? They're coming from another agency and for whatever reason, they're not happy. And they come to an interview and you're happy with everything they've said and they start to work with you. Now, it'd be unrealistic to assume that that person is going to fit in with your business right away. There's a few things that have to play out. So there's personalities, depending on other people in your office. Are they going to gel well? Their processes on how they did tasks at the previous agency. They may have a whole lot of bad habits that they're bringing over. They may have used different software, which isn't really replicable to the current software that you're using. Their work ethos may not be to where your work ethos is. So there's a number of things in play that you have to find out pretty fast, that you need to find out pretty fast. Is this person going to work with our office? And that's why you have probation periods. And probation periods are normally like 3 months or 6 months, depending on how the office is set up. It'd be unfair and unrealistic, Darren, to think that by hiring a virtual assistant that may have experience with other offices is going to fit in and gel right away and be a silver bullet, something that's going to save the business. You're going to have the same issues and complications when you have a virtual assistant that's got some experience joining the team. Same thing from personality, bad habits, processes are not like yours and so on. Now, yes, granted, if they've got some skills previously, they're going to understand the concepts a lot better than someone that has no experience and doesn't understand the jargon. So they are going to be in front with that regard. But just because they've got experience, Darren, doesn't mean they're going to be the best fit for your company. Sometimes, as we know this, and I used to do this with niche property, I used to love hiring people that didn't have experience in real estate, but they had good experience in other attributes that were comparable and the skill set could be transitioned into real estate. Right? I found that to be more valuable because they didn't have bad habits, they didn't have misconceptions or anything that was kind of untoward. Now, I see agencies and they say, hey, we want someone with experience, or we want someone that knows Property Me or Property Tree or Console or whatever the platform is really well, like better than I do. And I kind of have to say to them, you're not going to find someone straight from another country who understands your CRM. Now, the benefit of someone remote, they've all got experience dealing with CRMs, and it's not that difficult to learn them. I mean, Darren, I built out for our clients, our outsourcing clients, I build out custom bespoke AI. And let's say they're using Property Me. I put in all the processes in Property Me. I put in everything about the company, everything about the suburb, everything about legislation, absolutely everything about property management. But this custom AI knows more about property management than all the staff combined in the office, right? But it's like, that old adage, tomato, it's a fruit. Does it go in the fruit salad? They don't have the actual... The only thing is a virtual assistant wouldn't have the actual experience of managing the property. But I can show our clients how to have an AI model that is smarter than anyone in their office. How does that help? Well, if you've got someone that is starting fresh, they've got a point of questions. They've got a single point of questionnaire that they can ask. How do I enter a tenant into Property Me? How do I evict someone? What notice do I have to give? So I guess then we go back to the onboarding process. So you've got someone that's got no experience and someone that has a lot of experience. You're still going to have the same issue of onboarding, and there's going to be a length of time before someone becomes really comfortable with working with your team.
So Michael, let's just get into this here with onboarding. I think a lot of offices, you need to have done the homework and having Loom videos task by task by task of what you want to get them to do, because you and I know that the Filipino worker will watch and study those videos, where if you give those same videos to an Australian worker coming in who's inexperienced and asking you to watch and study those, they probably won't, because they just don't want to learn that way, where a Filipino will be eager to learn through video and study them and come out fully knowing at the end of it. But all you've got to do, of course, is doing the work once by recording each step into a video. Really easy, using Loom, loom.com. So Michael, with that there, what's expected for a good onboarding transition time? What's normal?
So I would say that at minimum, to get to a level of some type of normality, you're looking somewhere between that 6 weeks and 8 weeks. Those first 2 months are really a transitional phase of learning your nuances, how your office runs, how your office communicates. And it's really important during those 8 weeks that you really embed that communication between your VA and the team in the office. And as we've said on previous podcasts, communication is key. Everyone in the office needs to be able to communicate with the VA and help with that onboarding transition. Now, during those 4 to 6 weeks, so 6 to 8 weeks, communication is really important to kind of go over things that are working, things that aren't working, have a really open line of communication. If you communicate really well about mistakes or expectations, and you go, I would say even go over the top with communication, you're going to have a faster onboarding process. If you're there to take video calls and answer questions, your team member will get up to speed a lot faster. Now, how long is it going to take someone in general to kind of really find their feet? In an actual office, you have someone start with you. Whilst they may pick skills up and tasks up relatively fast, you're still looking about 8 months for a human being in your office to really kind of settle in, become part of the furniture, and get some longevity. So again, it's not really any different from having someone offshore. The process isn't faster, but the benefits are it's a lower cost workforce. You've got someone who's loyal and they're in it for the long haul with you. If you're dealing with someone in the office, you are going to have these same onboarding issues. So I guess we just need a little bit of acceptance when we're bringing on a new team member. Now, we meet with many people, Darren, and they want someone with several years of experience. I met with a client recently, and let's say they've got a dream list of 10 things. We found someone who met 9 of them, right? Amazing. Like 9 of them has experience in like all other facets, but didn't know one of the software. And I said, hey, like, you got to meet this person, this candidate, because I think they're absolutely perfect for you. And yes, they may not know that software, but they have been using a comparable one. So have a meeting with them. Anyway, they met with them and they fell in love with them. They said, great, amazing. This is, perfect synergy. So, Darren, I guess at onboarding, I would still say to them that they need to go through the whole thing of 6 to 8 weeks, communicate, love, show them how you want things done, your nuances.
And one of the things you said there, Michael, when you're finding that perfect virtual assistant and go through the I think it's the 14 stages of recruitment, where 100 applicants come out, 2 are approved, and you're working with those 2. A client that's come to you, a real estate business owner, is able to meet with them, talk to them on Zoom before any decision is made. They can hear their English skills, they can meet them as a person. So you're not just forced to take someone on paper and then go from there because you may not like them. So that's one of the things that we love about Teams by Design, is the choice that the real estate business owner has about who comes to work with him. He can make that choice and meet with them first. So
totally. And the other thing too is, like, once you say yes to your team member and they join the team, before they start, there should be another meeting, but with everybody on the team. And you do a round table, say, hey, I'm Michael, I'm from IGT, and I've been doing this for X amount of years. And you really get to know each other, right? It's icebreakers. Definitely need icebreakers.
Yep, that's it. All right. Well, Michael, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you and have a chat?
Yep, just go to unbusychat.com and book a time into my diary, and we can chat about your onboarding process.
Yep. If you haven't already got Michael's book, Unbusy Your Property Managers, go and get it. Just go to unbusyyourpropertymanagers.com. Michael goes through in detail 30 different tasks that your property managers should not be doing. They're probably the tasks right now, stopping them returning calls and emails on time. You never want a client complaint around that. If your property managers are not doing their calls and emails on time, it means they got caught up in the weeds. Those tasks need to be offloaded to virtual assistants. Michael's got 30 tasks the property managers shouldn't be doing. The book is free. All you got to do is pay for shipping. Go to unbusyyourpropertymanagers.com. So we'll see everyone in the next episode. Take care.
Bye.